Hi guys, welcome to Not So Hot Show. Okay. It's a lukewarm comeback, but again, nobody noticed that I missed not my 600 something bots, which is painful, but it's okay. I was gone because, summertime, I'm unemployed. Yeah, I was so busy, honestly. I was so busy. Anyways, if you haven't been on this channel, we are here all about some not that hot topics like, I don't know,
slavery.
Where did that come from? Slavery, and I don't know, like beards that don't connect, which it's not your fault, honey. It happens. You know, my boobs do not connect either. They're like on two different trains, one to New York, one on to London. They just look, they don't even look anywhere. They just don't look at all. I haven't been in front of a camera for such a long time. I was trying to, like rediscover myself of who I am. But honestly, after a lot of soul searching, I've realized I am a nobody. So hot show. Talking about not such hot topics, I have a very not hot topic for you, and it's toxic feminism. I know. Everything is so polarized these days. Feminism is no exception. We have either like these, I don't need no man, we can kill them all, fuck them. You know, this kind of feminism to trad wife resurfaced all of a sudden. Staying at home and like being a cook or whatever the fuck you do. I mean, like, power to you, honey, but you know. But as a person of sound mind, I hope, as a person with sound mind, I'm here to present you a balanced opinion for the first time of my life. No, actually, no, not the first time. But you know, on YouTube, the only thing that succeeds is like either hating on something or either like loving something completely. Like, am I this white? Yeah, I don't mind being white. Anyway, my problem with any movement going too strong is that the opposing side of it will get scared and try to repress it. So when feminism was just gaining its, wheels, let's say that, if I don't know if you can say that, like men were already scared and were like,
oh my god, now they want equal rights. Next thing they want total domination of the whole world.
Domination. You know what I mean? One movement gets a bit too radical, a bit too strong, let's say, in terms of, the initial, like the movement of the movement is kind of getting sidetracked. So for instance, what we were fighting for was equal rights, economically, socially, and just being like equal to men now turns to men, we don't need men. Then the opposing sides would be like,
see, I told you they're radical as shit. And we have to fucking suppress them.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with that. And now we have these Andrew Tate of it all and guys like that, or what's Jordan Peterson being like, oh no, you cannot do whatever the fuck you want. You have to stay at home. This is the role of women, what they need to do. And the thing is, as much as you don't like it, as much as we can be in the right, when the wave of opposing movement starts, it's hard to stop it. And I'm afraid we're gonna go back to, wearing all these, this red whatever and being a wife of something, and just birthing kids, like sneezing, phew, one kid, phew, another kid, you know what I mean? But as a woman who loves my fucking rights, and I love the economic freedom, even though I'm unemployed, I do love my economic freedom. I depend on my own money, and I like to, not to be said anything by anyone. I'd rather be like alone and forever with my goddamn cats than a man telling me what to do with my life. Believe me, I'm fine without you guys. Like, I'm fine. Man is great to have, as an equal partner again, where we share ideas. But I don't wanna be, anyhow be dependent on you.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
But you know what? It's my choice. And I think that's what's important. It has to be a choice. Everybody can live their life the way they want to. Think for themselves. Of course, if you were indoctrinated since you were a kid, my bad, there's not much you can do, Like, if critical thinking is not your, what is happening currently, I feel like there's a large movement that tries to take away this choice from women and tell them what the fuck to do with their lives. Sit at home, no abortion, first world country, like literally the liberty, the choice of free words, like the most developed country in the world, USA, has medieval laws of no, you can't do abortion even if you're raped. Fuck you. Yeah. what I want to do, I want to take like the feminism in timeline and see how people were scared of it from early on and how it never kind of changed. So Plato, our thinker guy, he was advocating for women actually and saying that they have natural capacities. Thank you so much for believing in us, Plato, in ancient Greece. But funny enough, in ancient Rome, Roman consul Marcus Porcius Cato argued, as soon as they begin to be your equals, they will have become your superiors.
Ew.
The same fear persists from the ancient Rome, which is like BC, I think. Is it BC?
You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright. I'm so glad we had that talk.
Yeah? So, history repeats itself. But modern feminism, so it started in like what? It started in the 19th century, where women started slowly protesting, you know, saying we want equal rights, and men would like freaking laugh, and then women had to go in the streets and protest, you know, for suffrage. Although I thought suffrage means suffering, but I don't know if it's the same words.
You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright.
But anyways, you know what? Women fought, women marched for equal rights, for you just to be like, I don't want to work. Men should treat me like a fuck up girl. Go to work. Go. I know it's hard. Like, life isn't easy. I understand. If a man doesn't have the financial control over you, he doesn't have any control over you. Don't forget that, honey, okay? But again, it's your choice. So US gave the right to vote to women in 1920s. So it explains why 9 years later we had the Great Depression, because women could vote. Get it? Yeah, I don't. I'm a humorist. By the way, if you don't know, guys, I'm from Switzerland.
Sure, Jan.
Oh, not from. Like, I moved here. I'm from Kazakhstan. But I just discovered that on the federal level, women were allowed to vote in Switzerland only in 1971. I mean, this is the last country that burned the witch, by the way. It makes sense why, you know, in 1970s, Switzerland was booming, but then after that, it's just... Bad joke again. Your mom literally had no right. Like, if you're in your 20s, your mom was like, no, a nobody, because she couldn't vote. She was like, fuck you, you know? How the times have changed. Like, literally, it's been, what, 50 years that women could vote. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not so long. Let's Google the word feminism and put it here. There's a woman holding a sign saying, human rights are women rights. I mean, the fact that we have to prove that we're human is just insane to me, but anyways. Back to the point, we gotta appreciate our heroes who had to walk on the streets with snatched waists, hats, a long skirt, and the skirt under the skirt, and then like pantyhose under the skirt, and like shorts under the skirt, and then march down the streets. Like, imagine doing that. It's insane. Listen, I consider myself politically active, but I'm not politically active because I don't go march on the streets because it's just a pain in the ass. There's like a bunch of people, nowhere to pee. But like, I do stay informed though about political stuff, you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say, we take everything for granted. Like, imagine getting permission to do anything. You're like a slave. You know what I mean by slave. You're like a slave, you know? Like, imagine, like, back in the days, you couldn't do anything without your goddamn husband. You cannot take a loan. You cannot own a house. You cannot do shit. And then you work 24/7. Like, at home, you gotta cook. You gotta clean. You gotta do everything. Take care of the baby. And then of the baby, which is the husband, because they cannot do shit. And I actually met a couple of men in their 20s from a developed country that do not know how to operate a fucking washing machine. So they would bring their laundry back home and then do laundry at home with their fucking moms. It's insane. And then you're treated like a toddler because like men think you're so stupid that you cannot. I don't know if you heard that. Because men think you're so freaking stupid. They talk to you like a toddler because you're dumb as fuck. You know what I mean? And so you're basically a slave toddler. Sexual toddler slave. Drake, don't get excited. No, toddler is too much. No. R. Kelly, I think he liked after pubescent girls. So you're like a sexual toddler slave, because then you have to do it whenever your husband wants to do it, and usually they just want to, like, you know. Besides being sexual toddler slave, the best part is you get beaten from time to time for $3.99.
When I turned 17, I ran away to Hong Kong, where I met triad boss Kenny Wu, my first love. Bitch, this dick in his face!
he has a shitty mood, or his mistress probably dumped him. He comes to beat the shit out of you. And then you get to rock beautiful purple eyeliner and a giant lip without any freaking injectable. So you're welcome. And that reminds me of It Ends With Us, when they decided to launch a makeup brand that is literally named and colored after like getting beaten the shit out of, like, you know, bruises and stuff. This red color, yeah, it's Beat Me Daddy. Oh, this purple lipstick, it's called Smack That Lip. Oh, these nails. This called Choke Me, but like not in a hot way, that I'm incapacitated and have no oxygen and I get brain damage. Oh, sorry, I'm a woman, I'm already brain damaged. God. I personally believe that it was better to be a woman 10 years ago than now, because, okay, we had unequal pay gap, whatever. Now you cannot abort a baby dolphin fetus in the US, because they definitely know what fetus is, human fetus is.
Do you truly, in your heart of hearts, truly believe that this is a human being? This,
Without a doubt.
without a doubt,
Yes.
this is a dolphin fetus.
So let me.
Without a doubt.
And if you get raped, I cannot say the word raped, can I? No, I can't. If you get robbed by, you know, whoever, it's yours to keep, you know, look what you are wearing. Sexy. Yeah, it's astonishing to me that the first world country like US still bases its law on like 12th century's beliefs, like what, God's will? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I guess Hitler was also God's will. Can I say the word Hitler on YouTube? I don't know. Like, I say a lot of like bad words on YouTube. Maybe that's why they're not popping off, because YouTube is like, girl, this is trash. It is trash. I admit it, but so yeah, as I said, I've noticed this trend, this pushback on feminism, because men are fucking scared that we are taking over the world and it's not how it's supposed to be, that's not how God created us or whatever, or like men are supposed to lead and then women are supposed to follow. We as feminists, true feminists, don't tell what men to do. You can do whatever the fuck you want, just leave us alone. You can stay home, clean, you can go to work. We don't force you to go to work in mines and shit like that, like real men used to back in the days. We don't tell you shit. Why do you have the obligation to tell us what to do? Because the thing is, these men of the Andrew Tate and stuff like that, they do not consider us human. Technically, if every human has their right to decide to do whatever the fuck they want themselves, then women are not human. Because women are told what to do. They have a role to stay home, to cook, to clean, and to birth. And by the way, 8 billion people on the planet, that's not enough. Let's have more. Let's just have scarcity of water and food and just live in teeny tiny spaces, because we need more people, yeah. And more CO2, carbon emissions, whatever, more shit on the streets. Yeah, let's go for that. So see this inequality. They tell us what to do, but we cannot tell them what to do because they're men and we're women, so we're not human. Under the Constitution of the US is also technically you're not human, because they decide what for you to do. Because technically, as a person, as a man, if you get cancer, you're not forced to get rid of the cancer, right? I'm not equating a human to a cancer, but believe me, if men would get pregnant every time they fucked, abortion clinics would be like the #1 profiting thing. You know, it's like a barbershop / abortion clinic. I swear to God, it'll be everywhere. And it'll be quite cheap, I think. You know, it'll be probably covered also by health insurance. That begs a question. No wonder a lot of women want to be single. Because I'd rather be single, masturbate till I die, have several cats, live on my own accordion and do whatever the fuck I want to do, than being with men who tells me what to do. So yeah, I'd rather be happy and alone than unhappy with somebody else that beats me from time to time. Now that we discovered the positive sides of feminism, let's talk about the toxic side of feminism. Every movement has its sour grapes, let's say that. Like, listen, I'm ready to admit we do some mistakes too. And then I've noticed these two patterns of toxic feminism. So one would be demanding for outdated gender roles, and at the same time demanding equality between genders. At the same time, I will explain later, but stick with me. And the second one moment, let me read that because it was a sophisticated word that I cannot pronounce. Misandry. But anyways, the first one, women want complete equality between men and women, but at the same time they ask men to act the men used to act back in 1900s, versus misandry, women that say that all men are completely trash, that they should not exist, we don't need men at all, which, you know, it's very, very tempting, believe me. So first things first, women that demand 50-50, but yet want you to treat them like women used to be treated back in the days.
This chicken is cold.
They want, you know, equal pay, equal everything. But at the same time, they want men to text first. They want men to pay for everything. They want, you know, like men to act like men used to act back in the days. But she's not expected to, besides, you know, dressing up and acting all feminine, to like cook and clean or whatever. Listen, if you want complete equality, honey, then you shouldn't demand things from men either, you know? Paying on the first date, it's a bit of a tricky situation, because I personally feel like paying 50-50 or figuring out who pays for what is extremely unsexy and it's killing the mood. Even as with friends, if I go out with friends, like you pay for the whole thing and then they pay for something else later, or you know what I mean? So it's like kind of this mutual, you know, giving and taking sort of a thing. It's natural, it's nice, and it builds trust. On the first date, I do think men should pay.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But then you should get something for them. Like if you pay for dinner, you get them drinks at the bar. Do you know what I mean? So then it's like more or less 50-50. Because at the end of the day, then you don't owe him shit. You don't owe him shit. And I know just because he paid for you doesn't mean you owe him something. 100% agree. 100% agree. But in my opinion, it has this weight of, hey, I paid for you. Now, you know what I mean? But when it's 50-50, honey, you can... Generally, we should be like equal, but not the same, if it makes sense. In a lot of things, like sports, for instance, men are much, much better in some sort of sports. Not everything, obviously, but jumping, running, strength. Men are, like, you can't compete with them, forget about it. Because they're just genetically predispositioned to, you know, they have less fat over the body, they have different weight distribution. But for something like, let's say, archery, for instance, women beat men. And I think we should be judged together. We are different physically. And I'm talking about now, like, straight men and women that are born men and women and that identify as men and women. Jesus, like, you have to clarify so much. And I'm talking about, like, traditional dating and stuff like that. So we have to just figure out where we were, where we, you know, where we're not, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, to admit, yeah, like men are physically stronger than women. Yeah, they are. That's why, you know, a lot of, I'm not gonna go there because I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna go there.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
In my opinion, the next category is tempting, but is worse. All men are trash. Listen, if this is extremely counterproductive, it's gonna harm the feminist movement to begin with. If women are human, right? This is what we're advocating for, and that's why we should be equal to men. Men are also human, whether you like it or you don't. And we have to treat them the same as we want to be treated. If we want to be treated with respect, we have to treat men with respect too. And I know they don't treat us with respect many fucking times in many fucking countries. God, this is such an exhausting topic. There's a phrasing, you know, not all men, but always a man, if you know what I mean. Homicide arrests, men, 88.9%, women, 11.1%. Robbery arrests, men, 86%. Aggravated assault arrests, 75% men. So yeah, don't get me started on the word R, which is rape. Like a grape, 90 whatever is percent done by men. Let's see, you know, we're smart girls, and hopefully I have a lot of gay people on my channel too. But stay smart. Stay educated, stay independent. If you're a young girl, trust yourself. Work on economic, financial independence. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters, believe me. As soon as you got your own apartment, renting, I mean, in this economy, with a roommate.
And they were roommates.
Oh my God, they were roommates.
At this rate, still a lot of women get, you know, assaulted or get into relationships that are like, you know, and they can't leave because obviously, you know, it's hard to leave somebody you love and somebody who gaslights you and whatever. I mean, it's a whole topic, you know, but it's harder to leave when you dependent on him financially. When you want to leave, but you actually can't leave. I'm so out of shape. I'm running out of breath just talking to you guys. Anyways, so this is my thoughts. I don't know what you think. Let me know. Yeah, this was Not So Hot Show. My name is Akma, and thank you for watching. Did he do it? Yes, he did. All right. See you next week. Ciao.
So hot show.
That's hot. No, it's not. Like, literally.